Fox Studios ruined a load of the X-Men characters, that's just facts. And one they really, really fucked up was the Juggernaut.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
So let's compare the comics version to the movies. And remember, like the video if you like the video. And if you really like the video, subscribe! I love this character. He's the half-brother of old Charlie Xavier, don't you know? He wasn't very nice to him growing up, but to be fair, his dad was a dick. And he's not a mutant either. He gets his power from the gem of Cyttorak. Cyttorak being a big beast of a being from the Crimson Cosmos. If you touch this gem, you get the powers, and apparently the name of the Juggernaut. So poor old Kane couldn't even choose a cool one like Barrage or Sir Smash-a-Lot. But you do become Cyttorak's avatar. Interestingly, during the Fear Itself run, Colossus took the mantle on for a bit and was a beast. And he was in constant battle with being a bad boy because he's usually so nice. So these powers that you get from Cyttorak are that you're an unstoppable force. Basically superhuman strength, invulnerability, some kind of force field, and once you get going, it's pretty impossible to stop him. The only thing he's weak to is mental attacks, if he can get his helmet off. Although more recently he's made it so that doesn't matter. And he's also weak against mystical attacks, Thor managing to make him go backwards once. He's one of the characters who's also flip-flopped and spent a period being nice, and he was actually part of the X-Men. He got very attached to Squidboy, who was killed by Black Tom Cassidy. What a dickhead, how could he?
You killed Black Tom, you racist son of a bitch!
So Juggernaut is considered to be one of the strongest characters around, so what feats did he get up to? The dude is just ridiculously strong. Right up top, it's always useful when you can get some of the heaviest hitters in the Marvel Universe to show the strength of someone. You got Ben Grimm, The Thing. He's hard, literally, as in rock, not turned on or anything, I don't think. Anyway, in some old school adventures, Juggernaut slaps him about with ease. Okay, Thor, he's a big hitter. He's got big old muscles and a hammer and he can hear individual raindrops, useful. Juggy takes him down at one point like he's a nobody, and then he just strolls off. He's bashed Thor about quite a bit. He can't lift his hammer though. Of course he's not worthy. He takes a smack off the hammer fine as well, and he even no-sells the God Blast, Thor's super mega power attack thing, which is what makes him take that step back once. Thor, who apparently cannot remember that he's tried to take down Juggernaut before, just doing the same thing again. And cut it out with the fancy speak, mate. So Mr. Hulk, we know he's a beast, and some of his battles with Juggernaut are mighty impressive. There's some older examples where Juggernaut talks really weird, and he's giving Hulk the good old-fashioned pub kick. Keeping it in with the fight moves mostly seen when scrapping outside a pub, we've got the classic headlock against the Hulk, without his armour as well, just smashing his face in and knocking him out. A bit more playground style with the Hulk now, holding his arms down while someone else punches in the stomach. Classic bully move. So the Hulk has been at different power levels over time, but World War Hulk is one of the stronger ones, so Juggernaut matching him here is just impressive. Until Hulk gives it the classic sidestep and push, sending him on their way. I used to use that move all the time. That's why I love these Juggernaut v Hulk scraps. I've really seen my younger self in them. You've also got him smashing Hyperion up. He's very tough. We mentioned that when Corvus Glaive cuts him. And he knocks over the Stranger, who's a Galactus level being, hence why Juggernaut legs it afterwards. So let's get to the movies. First up, Vinnie fucking Jones. Now look, I love him in Lock, Stock. That film when I was growing up was one of my absolute favourites. It still is.
Fucking hell, John. You always walk around with that in your pocket.
Oi! You use language like that again, son. You wish you hadn't.
Sorry, Dad.
Right, we'll put the rest of the stuff in that. You can go home on a plastic bag tonight, John. You owe what you owe. And by the time this tan's faded, you want to have paid.
But look, he was an average footballer, mostly famous for grabbing Gazza's nuts once, but the man is not a good actor. Probably why they just went, look, yeah, sure, be English in this film. You're not going to be able to handle an American accent. And the prosthetics they gave him are ridiculous, not to mention the weird bondage outfit he's chosen to wear. I haven't seen that in the comics. He does show some strength in bits, chucking Wolverine around, although his punch should really be sending him flying. He's knocking people over. Oh yes, very funny with the bowling pin sound. Now I know Juggernaut isn't the most serious of characters, but he was way too comic reliefy as well.
You can let me out of here, I need a pee.
And just the way he busts through those walls, I think it just looks crap. Firstly, not to be too I think you'll find, but yeah, I think you'll find he's not a mutant, so Leech wouldn't make him bash into the wall and knock himself out. And then there's this line.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
A shameless attempt at being relevant after this video went viral at the time.
Charlie, get my head. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Poor. So, like I mentioned in the Nerfed Heroes video, Deadpool did him much more justice. He obviously doesn't have much backstory in it, but I like that he does mention being Professor X's brother. He's got a similar vibe in terms of how he speaks, and he shows some crazy strength, although to be honest, maybe not enough. The fight with Colossus is great, and to its credit, he has the upper hand with him, much like when they match up in the comics, and it's only when Colossus fights dirty and gets help that he wins. Alright, thanks for that, you slags.